Hi, today we're going to talk about loading a fresh copy of our database onto your iPad for your use. If you're brand new to Toddlers to Grandparents, then hey, so glad you're here and we'll get you up and running as soon as we can. The first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you have FileMaker Go 15 loaded on your iPad. So for first-time users, to do that, you are going to go to the App Store. We're going to touch App Store, and actually we can go back a screen, but if you, in your search button at the very top, if you type in FileMaker Go 15, it'll come up with your options. It's already on my iPad, hence why you're seeing open instead of install. But it's FileMaker Go 15 is what you need and not 14. So I'm just going to touch and get out of there because I know, obviously, that you can see at the bottom of my screen, FileMaker Go is there. If you're brand new, again, I have emailed to you a link that you can touch and that will begin to download our database onto your iPad. So I'm just going to go to my email and I'm going to touch the link that I have emailed to myself. And that will begin the download process. Now, a couple of things to remember. As you're aware, we've already talked about your email address is toddlerstograndparents.com, and we use Gmail for our email. So in your browser, you're going to gmail.com or Google, and that's where you can access, like, for example, Leslie at toddlerstograndparents.com. If you do use the Gmail app, Gmail has an app, not necessarily going through your browser, but they have an app on your iPad. You will not be able to touch the link and start the download process for the iPad. For some reason, Gmail does not carry over the HTTPS :/ in front of the link for the browser. It just goes directly to the link and forgets the first part. And you have to have that first part or the browser doesn't know where to go. Gmail is fine. The Gmail app is fine to use for any other issues that you have, but just keep in mind it's not going to work to be able to touch the link. You can copy and paste. You can copy from your email and paste it up into your browser, and that works fine. But you're just not going to be able to touch. Since we use the iPads, I just use the normal Mail app or go directly to Safari. Okay, that was simple enough. We're done. At this point in time, we're just going to touch open in FileMaker Go. And there you see, the first thing that comes up, it's asking you for your account number and your password or your account name. That's your username, and my username is my name, and yours should be too. And your password. And at this point, we're going to log in. And I want to take a couple of seconds to talk about Save in Keychain. That's saving your password. So whenever you log into FileMaker, your password's already saved. Do not choose that. We are talking about people's Medicaid numbers, their Social Security numbers, lots of HIPAA rules and regulations because of health records. So always make sure that you have to type in your password before you can move any further into this database. So we're going to type in our username and password, and we're going to hit login. And there we are, Toddlers to Grandparents. You can go to Clients or you can go to Sync. If you're just going to touch Clients, and this is just showing you what the database kind of looks like with no records in it at all. Now, to get back to where we were, to sync the files and get your client's records, I'm just going to hit in the upper left-hand corner the icon that says Sync, and that'll bring us back to the Sync screen. So I'm going to touch Sync. And this is really important. This is the first sync that you're using for your doing for your iPad, and you want to delete all of this out. It's a standard naming convention that iPad is going to use depending upon how you've named your iPad in the very beginning. It's really important for us that this just has your first and last name, so when we see it in our server, we know which license is being used. So just delete it out. It may say your child's name or whatever you have there, but just make sure it says your first and last name. And when it does, then you can just hit OK. And then it asks for your password again. and you can hit OK. And sometimes this happens. A sync attempted to fail with no response, which is it's just a network thing. So just hit close and try again. I'm going to hit OK. And there we go. Now it's syncing. This shouldn't take very long. Obviously, it's your initial sync, so all your records are coming down. So depending upon how many clients you're starting off with, will depend upon how long this sync takes. But at the end of the sync, you will see sync complete with an exclamation point, and all will be good. Please let me know if you have any questions.